So, rapper Nelly and singer Ashanti have reportedly gotten back together. And I think they had been broken apart for about 10 years. Okay. This has been something, again, that was been in the media. People have been talking about it. People have been asking questions. What do you think about spinning the block on an ex? And what do you think about, like, if something didn't work the first time, is second time the charm? Like, a lot of people were having this dialogue, like a healthy dialogue of what they think they would do, what they wouldn't do, what they think is the right way to go about things. Some people are saying an ex is an ex for a reason. There's been a lot of conversation, right? What stuck out to me in this situation is there was a lot of women in these comment sections all over social media who were saying things like, oh, I would never get back with an ex after all that time. If it didn't work the first time, I'm not going to embarrass myself and get back with him. Oh, she could do better. He was with somebody else way after her. Obviously, he's a player. And what's so funny to me is that this exact situation shows the ignorance of a lot of these modern women. And I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of these women, they have this way of thinking that they really genuinely feel deep down in their souls. I don't know where they get this from, but they think somehow that they are in control of relationships. They genuinely feel that it is up to them, who they be with, who this, who that. Like, they really act like they have dominion over these men. Everybody is talking from the standpoint, all of these women, I should say, are talking from the standpoint of, as a woman, her taking him back and him this and that. And a lot of these women were saying things along the lines of like, oh, I would never get back with my ex and I would never get back with this. And if we're going to be honest, a lot of these women are saying these things about the men that they don't want to get back with. And if truth be told, these men would never get back with you. Let's just be real about it. A lot of you guys act like these relationships have ended and it's always been the man's fault. He was so hard to be with. He was a horrible person. He was, all the names that you guys like to call these men, and you were never wrong. You were the perfect partner. All these men were wrong. And to be honest, you were the one that was the problem. You can't even talk about somebody getting back or to get back or what you would do and what you wouldn't do, because at the end of the day, nobody is standing in line trying to be with you. Nobody is begging you to be back with them. Let's just be 100% clear. Another thing is, whether relationships end amicable or not, a lot of these women love drama. So what do? They create these narratives after the relationship doesn't work out because of their own embarrassment, right? Because they couldn't step up to the plate, because they were disrespectful, because they were hard to be with, because they couldn't live up to a certain standard. They create these false narratives to make it seem as though this man was just so horrible out of embarrassment of just saying, because they can't face the people around them and say, you know what, I was wrong. I was tripping. It was me. I had an attitude problem. I was disrespectful. I couldn't keep my, I had a big old ego. I couldn't keep my attitude in check. I wasn't humble. I didn't apologize. I wasn't forthcoming with information. They can't do that. So they create a hellacious story about these men to make it seem like, oh, he was to blame, he was to this, he was that. Then they go around and try to tarnish his name to anybody who will listen to them. That's what they do. Because they like the drama. They like the toxicity. They don't know how to operate if it's not toxic. They go around with their foolish behavior, and then when they start seeing like couple months go by, some time go by, this man move on, he look like he in a happy, successful relationship. Once they see he starts to look like he's a little bit happy, that's when they turn up the amp about talking about how disgusting he was, how bad he is, how this, how that, how this, how that. They walk around on a campaign of how can I bring this man down because he's happy without me and I don't want him to be. They walk around, every time that they talk to somebody, they talking about it. Relationship been done, they still talking about it. They go out, they start acting like, oh, I could be with a better man. And, there's better men out there than the man that I was with. And they get into a new relationship and they start talking about, oh, this is what a real man's supposed to do. It has been over 10 years. I don't know, but I personally, on social media, I don't know this person personally. I don't know Ashanti personally, but I have not seen Ashanti walking around, parading around with no man. We ain't seen her out there. We ain't seen her, sleeping with this one and that one and this one and that one. We haven't seen her dragging him, tarnishing his name. Whatever happened between the two of them was between the two of them, and it stayed that way. And again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen her tarnish his character. So as much as these women are talking about the fact that she went back to him, it's the fact that he took her back because he could take her back. Because nobody is looking at him in a way like, why would you get back with her? She done did this. She done slandered your name. She done talked about you. She done dragged you in the media. She done said this about you. She done embarrassed you. She's never done that. Maybe she's done some things between the two of them that we don't know, but openly and publicly, she has not done that. That's why the men in the conversation like, hey, bro, I see you. The women love to focus on what men do, what men can't do, what the men walking around saying, the control that the men have, the lack of control that they have. They love to walk around and talk about these things, but they never talk about the traits of these women. You standing behind this woman and defending her, but have you mirrored her behavior? Is anybody calling you to get you back? Is anybody trying to get back with you in an actual relationship, not just sleep with you because they've been there before and they're ready to come back and try that thing again? That's the conversation that we have to have, the deeper conversations. The deeper conversations, the truth, the reality of how women behave. And most importantly, how women behave when they're wrong in relationships and the relationships break up. You can't let your ego go before you when you know for a fact you want that man back. When you know for a fact that you messed up. We even saw that with Jhené Aiko and Big Sean. Okay? For example. When Jhené Aiko and Big Sean broke up, I don't remember if Big Sean ended up being in a relationship with somebody else. Jhené Aiko made a song. And in the song, she was saying, can't nobody get this. This is yours. We done broke up. I still want to be with you. I still belong to you. You still have ownership of me. I may not have been perfect. I may have not been this or that, but you are mine. I am yours. These women with these egos, you think that they could even go to their man and say, babe, I'm sorry. I messed up. I was wrong. It was me. I understand. I know that this relationship did this. I know, but I can work on this. I can do this better. They'd rather let their friends and their homegirls get to them, that ego inflate and make them feel like, I'm not apologizing to no man. I'm not going to be the one to, beg him back. What he think this is? That's your ego talking. If you were humble, you would know exactly what to do. And you wouldn't be crying at night while you acting all big and bold to your homegirls. Or you wouldn't be carrying a vindictive, negative, toxic nature around that will make you sick because you're harboring bitterness. That humility would go before you. Would have told you what to do, how to move, how to evolve, how to grow, how to elevate. To be in a better space in your relationship. Instead of acting like you know everything, like you got everything under control. So that's my opinion, okay? This is my opinion, y'all. I know everybody might not agree with my opinion. It's my opinion. This is my standpoint. I would like to know what you guys think about this entire situation in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.